Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Unfortunately, child, we got some sad news to cover today. Let's get into it. So it's been reported that Keke Jabbar passed away a couple of days ago, and the reports about her passing have been nothing short of confusing. The initial report said that she passed away surrounded by loving family and friends. Then there was another report that's not being discussed as widely as the first one, which is proclaiming that Keke actually passed away, similar to what they're saying, but not in an actual manner. So the follow-up report states that Keke was actually leaving from visiting with Tisha, and that she pulled into her home at her garage and fell asleep at the wheel. But they said that the car was not running. The car was not running was issued in the report. So they're saying that she passed away from carbon monoxide. They're saying that the car was in fact off, but the car had issues. I'm like, that don't make no sense, because the car has to be actually running in order for a person in an enclosed area for a person to pass away in that manner, right? So I'm just a little confused, like I'm sure a lot of other people are. Not that it is my business to know the particulars if they don't want it to come out, but I feel like if you're going to release a statement, it should at least make sense to the people. You can't tell people that the car was not in fact running, but yet she died of carbon monoxide poisoning. But then yet you said she died around loving family and friends, and I don't find that being found in a vehicle passed out alone equates to passing away with family and friends. Neither here or there. So if you are not aware who Keke Jabbar is, she was a castmate on the show Love And Marriage Huntsville, and she is the cousin to LaTisha Scott, okay? So if you are not familiar with who Keke Jabbar is, she is the first cousin of LaTisha Scott, again on the show Love And Marriage Huntsville. She is the character that Melanie Holt brought on the show to basically shade the Scotts and expose Marceau and the scandals that have been going on around their marriage, with him cheating and allegedly having a secret love child. So yes, it was a very toxic relationship between Tisha and her first cousin Keke, because like I said, she was definitely brought on the show to uncover and unpack Marceau's dirt, because the dirt was being discussed on the YouTube streets and all over the blogs, but it was not being discussed on the show. And so I believe she was strategically brought on the show to really kind of like, get the ratings and drum up some mess. And so as time goes on the show, and the beef is constantly going on between Marceau defending himself and basically trying to out Keke for having an addiction problem, which I don't have to say allegedly, because Keke actually discussed this on the show and admitted to the fact that she had been in a recovery house before for having some substance abuse issues. I think it was related to her actually having some pain in her body, and she got addicted to prescription pills that were prescribed to her, not anything that she was getting off of the street. She was honest and transparent about her addiction issues, and that was kind of like the mudslinging that was going on between the cousin Tisha and Tisha's husband, and that was his way of defending himself, like, don't make me out you, don't make me say. But apparently, because I haven't really been keeping up with this, however, Keke said that she was no longer dealing with those issues, so I'm not even going to try to factor that into her recent demise, because nobody knows. Nobody's really speaking to the details and what actually caused her demise. They're just basically just repeating what they saw and how they found her, because they themselves don't actually know and have not actually released a statement. I'm only giving that as a backdrop to the position that she played on the show and the dynamic of the families that took place on the show. This is in no way, no means to give any kind of suggestion or insinuation about her passing at all. The family has released a statement along with LaTisha Scott, and LaTisha Scott had a very aggressive and assertive message included with a whole lot of exclamation points, basically asking everybody to respect the family, all caps, our privacy, and this, that, and the third. And you got it. I think the problem is that she's probably receiving a lot of hate because the last thing that anybody remembers of Keke is the beef between Tisha, Keke, and Marceau, and how they tried to, out her past because her telling the truth about the present, okay? And so, that's just something that Tisha has to deal with because Keke was treated very poorly on the show. And I mean that also by Melanie as well, because although Melanie said that she had knew her previously, or I should say prior to the show, I believe her introduction to the show was, I'm pretty sure that there's going to be more to the story that is going to be released and revealed to the public. So I will be here staying tuned to just kind of see how this mystery unfolds, because there's obviously more to the story than is actually being told. But at this time, I just want to issue Keke's husband, Keke's kids. I know she has a son that just got a scholarship that's going to college, and she won't be able to see any of that, okay? Death is final. Death is nothing to play with. I myself experienced a death of someone very, very close to me this week. Just had a burial a few days ago. So, for all of us content creators, just try to have a little dignity and respect as we all report on this story, and just send love and light to Keke's family as well. So I just ask, at this time that everybody just keep it respectful, in the comment section in regards to your opinions surrounding this story, and also your opinions surrounding me. When I release content the day after my father-in-law passed, there were still people that were so evil and disgusting to go on and make comments and remarks about my appearance. And it's just like, how ungodly are you? Some of you guys should really be ashamed of yourself to attack people who are grieving and who are going through things. I don't care what you think about what I look like. I don't care what you think about what I sound like, anything. Have respect for those who are no longer living. Have respect for those who are grieving. Have respect at the end of the day. Because if you come for me and I'm going through what I'm going through, I'm going to continue to handle you accordingly. Because I will not tolerate anything less than respect. And so just for me personally, I feel like that's an issue that needs to be addressed. I know that trolls is going to do what trolls do. Everybody have a job to do, including the haters, okay? And I'm not, do you? But there's a way to go about doing things, and at least you could take a day off for somebody who has lost a loved one. Because your mental health issues that you project on the other people when you do stuff like that, it's very apparent. That's sick, and it's disgusting. For one to type anything negative towards anybody who you don't know, who's done absolutely nothing to you, is very sick and disgusting behavior, dirty work, dirty business to begin with. But let alone when a person expresses the fact that they're hurting and they're grieving and you have nothing, you have no heart, there's a special place in hell for you. And everything that you put out negative will come back to you tenfold just because you act in that manner with no regard. Okay, so let's keep it cute. And for those who actually, if I'm going to acknowledge the negative, then I also have to take time to acknowledge the positive. And there have been some very, very, very sweet people who have sent a lot of love and light to me and my family. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. It has been a week. And if you have ever been in an unfortunate situation with somebody that you love so dearly and you have to actually see them, their body, right after they pass and lose their life, I wish you nothing but comfort and love just coming from me, because that's what I just experienced for the second time in my life. And I just want to say thank you for anybody who had a heart. Truly thank you. And thank you to all my new subscribers.